Hey guys, welcome to this very special training where I'm going to be sharing with you how Anna went to $30,568 per month in her nutrition business, working from places like South Africa, Bali, California, New York, and Japan. So if you're watching this and maybe you got your nutrition qualification, maybe you're in a health space, maybe you're a personal trainer, then buckle your seat because we're going to be giving you the blueprint on exactly how Anna has done this. Welcome, Anna, and thank you for sharing this training. Now, where is this picture taken? Because obviously this isn't me.
Hi, Simon. So this picture was done literally when I had just started working with you, which was 2.5 years ago now. And this was Bournemouth Beach when I just moved from London to Bournemouth and was starting from zero in my nutrition business.
Yeah, guys, so we're so excited by sharing this with you today. So grab a piece of paper, grab maybe some water, and make notes because this is going to be a game changer for you. Now, we really want to share with you candidly specific numbers because there's a lot of BS in the industry and we want you to know specifically. So we'll be going through specific numbers because we want to help you reach the next level. We want to help you become super successful. And I know so many nutritionists, so many people with amazing qualifications, but they're not reaching that next level because they don't have the blueprint. But we have to be really honest around the numbers and the financial side of it so that you can create the impact and create the change that you want to create. Anna, what was a big reason why you wanted to create this business in the first place?
Well, to be very honest, actually, for me, it was about survival. I had literally just moved. As I said, I'd left my entire sort of physical business behind and I needed to make it online. I needed to make it somehow. And very much like you said, is that I had, I had some great skills. I had some great qualifications. And I just felt pretty frustrated that although I had so much to give, I didn't actually know how to tap into my audience and how to create something that was incredibly powerful and could help other people.
Yeah. So why are we doing this training for you guys today? Well, number one, we know so many people who have skills, but maybe you don't know how to help more people get more clients. We want you to understand really what is possible. A lot of the times it's about what we don't know. And so maybe you've just started your journey. Maybe you've been in the industry for a few years and you still want to create more impact and create more change. But in this training, we're going to be able to show you really what is possible from what Anna has achieved. And really to help you know how much you're worth. Oftentimes, you can start off in a business and you can be charging so little and you don't have the right framework and you can end up underselling your services and that affects client results. So we'll be talking about that too. To really open your eyes to leveraging your time. Time is the biggest asset that you guys have, and it's incredibly important that you don't get burnt out. So how do you do that? And we'll be sharing that with you in the training today. Plus, helping people is about giving back, and that's what myself and Anna love to do. It's particularly with me running Fitpreneurs and Anna running her nutrition business, helping people all around the world. Ultimately, when you're in the business of transforming lives, whether you're a business coach or whether you're a nutrition coach, you want to give back. Anna, why do you want to do this training? Why were you compelled to want to put this together, really? Because you could be quite selfish, let's be honest, and keep it all to yourself.
Yeah, I just think that, as you said, like people in this sort of industry, we're not, we obviously need money to get by, but a huge driver for us is helping other people. And I actually get really frustrated when I see other people within the fitness industry and health industry undercharging, because I think it just lowers the standard for everyone. And if, the people watching this webinar all have all have fantastic tools, it raises the standards and we can just help more people as a whole.
Absolutely. And, to help you guys reach the next level, not just in your business, but in all areas of your life. And one thing I love about Anna is how much she's grown personally. And we'll be talking about that on this training and how important that is actually to your business success. Because if you don't commit to never-ending growth, and you might want to write this down, if you don't commit to never-ending growth, your business will not grow, because as the demands in your business get bigger, you're going to need to stretch your mind and stretch your mental toughness. One of the things that myself and Anna did recently, a recent mastermind, was I put everyone through a SEALs experience, a Navy SEALs experience. Anna, how was that for you? And how does that relate to your business, do you think?
Well, personally, I think I've just blocked out all the traumatic parts But no, it was fun and it was tough at the same time, but it was also an incredible experience of just learning and growing. And Simon, it's been, that mastermind was the best yet. And I just feel like since being there with you and having that experience, I've come back with so many more tools and resources that I'm already using with my clients.
Yeah. So this is about being the elite. And once you get into the mindset of being the elite and having the skills and then, generating the income so that you can give back in your business and so that you can help more people, you really can reach the next level wherever you are at. And that's what we want to help you do. So who's this for? If you're a personal trainer, maybe you're a nutrition expert, maybe you've gone through something like precision nutrition. Anna will go through her qualifications and what she has specifically done to get to where she is today. Maybe you want to boost your practice. Maybe you're ready to shift 100% online, or maybe you want to do an online and event component like Anna. And she'll talk a little bit about her retreats and things that she's now doing in Bali because of her online program. You're amazing at what you do. You have to have positive intent, guys. So if you're on this training and you're not, I would jump off. We want everyone on this training to be those who just want to help people. You don't want to be scammy. You don't want to be, anyone who is just literally trying to rip people off. That's not what this is about. This is about serving the community around you, whether it's online or maybe you want to do some speaking too with your nutrition skills. You genuinely want to help people and you care about people. People invest in people that they know care about them. That's the truth. And you're willing to put in effort to succeed. Anna, I just want to talk briefly on this. What is it really, in a nutshell, what does it take to succeed? Because it's not easy, but you can get there quicker.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's hard work. Everybody says, there's no quick fixes, and that's true. But I think hard work, putting in the effort, having your heart in the right place, and as Simon has already said, continuing to work on yourself so that you can lead from the front.
Yeah. So in this special online nutrition business training, we're going to be talking about when to shift online and when to not go online. That's really key because a lot of the time in your business, you can actually create a lot of overwhelm for yourself if you do it at the wrong time. How to get committed clients and build a community. How to know and charge your worth. And Anna will be going through specific numbers on her growth and how she's ascended, how much she's charged over time. And a story from tears of fear to tears of happiness. This is quite a fun one. Sorry, Anna. Interesting conversation that we had. We kind of make it a joke now, so that's why I say it's funny.
Yeah, I'm cringing in my seat.
And the 7 secrets to building a business that can generate for you $30,000 per month, if that's what you want to do. Now, obviously, Anna is based over in the UK, but she's a global traveler. And so we're using dollars as a framework for global success. So does this sound like you? Do you wish that you were doing more with your nutrition qualification? Maybe you feel like, I've got all of these qualifications, but I'm not maximizing my opportunity. I'm not paid what I'm worth. Do you want to help more people and see the opportunity online, but you just can't figure it out? Maybe you're a bit confused. Maybe you see lots of different things and you don't have clarity. Do you want to travel and create a business that supports the lifestyle that you want? We're going to be talking about that a lot because a big thing for Anna and a massive driver has always been travel. She loves to get away. She loves to get into nature. She loves to do yoga. I've just started to do that myself. And so for you, if you want to have that laptop lifestyle, then this is going to be for you. So do you struggle with marketing and generating leads and are always waiting for people to reach out to you? Maybe you're in that position of, you lose a client and then you only move into action when you replace a client. Do you sell your services too cheaply? Okay. Do you struggle to understand how to leverage your time so you're not trading time for money? And do you often feel undervalued by your clients and struggle with client commitment? Because this is another one, a big one too, because, maybe if clients don't get results, you can start to beat yourself up, or if clients ask for refunds, all of these different challenges you're going to face in your business. And so we're going to be talking about that. Now, once you have the systems, okay, you can have a successful business that you enjoy that's no longer a struggle financially. And you can work with clients that you love to work with instead of working because you need the money. That's a very, very big transition point there of taking on every single client because you need the money. I want you to get in a position where you can say no. You should work with 100% of the people that are a fit. And anyone that's not a fit, you should not work with. And it causes you long-term problems if you do. I want you to get paid what you're worth and make money so that you can invest into your personal growth. A massive, important reason to grow financially and make a lot of money is so that you can grow yourself. You can take your business to the next level. You can do things for others that they wouldn't be able to do for themselves. And Anna may talk about a few things that she's been able to do because of the financial position that she is now in from the hard effort that she's put in over time. And more importantly, have that free time to give back to yourself. When you're in the business of serving people, you're expending energy. You're giving so much energy to others. Now it's time to claim you having some of that back for yourself. Okay, and that's key to success. So who am I? Simon Lovell, author of The Lunchbox Diet. This was a book I published in 2009, which was published by HarperCollins. And we got my little puppy Buddha on the left. That's when he was a baby. He's a bit older now. And there's a picture of me and Anna. This was taken in San Diego when we were actually at a mastermind. And on the right is my book, The New Encyclopedia of Modern Fitness Business Building. And on the right, a picture when I used to have hair, when I was a trainer back training at Fitness First in Exeter back in, I qualified actually in 2005 as a trainer. And so I run a company called the Fitpreneurs now. We specifically help personal trainers and nutritionists grow their fitness businesses, but also with a big slant on self-development and growth. Because here's the thing, guys. I believe where the industry is going and where you need to be is a few different things. And we look at where the average, trainer or person in the health industry is, which is just focusing on one thing. If you want to create true transformation, you need to be focusing on more than just one thing. You need to be focusing on mindset and nutrition and fitness, all of these things to be able to create lasting change. The thing I love about Anna is that she has this never-ending commitment to personal growth, which helps her stay not just one, but probably 10 steps ahead of her clients so that she can help them through with her challenges. You can add me on Facebook, facebook.com/boylovell, and follow me. I'm at my friend limit right now, but you can follow me, and I would love to be able to connect with you. So Anna, let's share with you, where are these pictures taken? Let's go from left to right.
Okay, so the picture on the left is literally just me in my kitchen in my new house that I was able to buy since creating this business with a whole bunch of supplements. But speaking of personal growth and personal development, the picture next to that is me in Atlanta last year when I was attending an IFM Institute of Functional Medicine conference that I would not have been able to attend unless I had been able to, have the business that I have now. And obviously there's me and Simon in the middle, and then on the right hand side that picture was taken of me at the mastermind in Bali, which was August 2015, which was just another amazing, incredible experience, just learning and growing and developing further.
Cool. And here's a shot of your Stripe account. Let's explain that briefly, because I think that's kind of interesting for guys.
Yeah, I mean, the reason why we wanted to put the screen grab of the Stripe account in was because people often think that testimonials are a bunch of rubbish. Actually, Simon, I didn't tell you about this, but I had someone message me the other day because he'd read the testimonial of me in your book. And he said, Anna, is this you? Because I thought all those testimonials were rubbish. So is it true? And I was like, no, it's 100% true. One of Simon's values is authenticity. There's absolutely nothing in that book that isn't true. And there you go. The proof is in the pudding. There is my Stripe account from October 2015 to current. And I guess also just to mention there that we were still using PayPal and Stripe at the same time. So it's not a full reflection of everything I've made since creating my program. Yep.
Good stuff. So I talk about this thing, which is the Fit 3. So in your business, you're going to want to obviously generate income with the view to transform lives and create freedom for yourself. People say to me so much, I want to have freedom. I want to create freedom in my life. And in order to do that, you've got to generate more income. Anna, when you first came to me, let's go back to that conversation. Where were you? That moment before you'd filled in the form, the application form to have that conversation. Where were you? How are you feeling? What was going through your mind? Where did you want to be? What were some of your frustrations?
Well, I think I knew at that point in time that I needed help. And I was literally just leaving London, moving to a new city for lifestyle purposes. But that didn't mean I had anything going on business-wise. I knew I wanted to take my business online. I knew I couldn't do it on my own. And I knew I needed help. And I will say that when I filled out that form, I almost didn't send it. And I almost never booked the call to speak with you either. But I followed through because deep down inside, I knew that I needed help and I needed something more.
Why did you hesitate?
Fear. It's always fear.
Fear of what?
Fear of being judged, fear of what it would cost me to invest in myself, fear of failure. Yeah, those would probably be the top three.
And tell the guys what happened on that call.
I cried. I actually had two calls, to be fair. Both of them I cried, but I think it was just about just realizing that if I didn't take the next step, nothing in my life was going to change.
Yep, and it did change, and that's why
so much so.
And that's why we're going to be sharing with you the 7 secrets, success secrets, to help you grow not just your business but your personal life too. And just like you, we really love to help people. And so let's go, Anna, into the secret number 1, which is the confidence to charge what you're worth. And I'll do a good job of this time of putting the bullets up. In fact, you wanted me to put them all up all at once. So I'm going to
Yes, please. That would be great. So I guess for me, one of the themes that I've struggled with, and I've noticed this so much in my clients as well, and may be very familiar to you, is just this feeling of not feeling good enough. And so when your confidence is low, when you don't feel like you're good enough, it's very easy to fall into this trap of underselling yourself. I was charging clients very small amounts of money for huge amounts of time. They weren't investing in themselves, so they weren't committed, which meant that they weren't necessarily taking action, getting the best results, which then reflected badly on me. And it just fed this downward spiral of, not feeling good enough and, then not having the confidence to charge more. So I think, Simon, there might be a few more bullets on that slide, but then the next thing that happened was one of the biggest things that shifted when I started working with Simon was me believing more in myself and me working on my mindset. It was about business skills, it was about marketing, it was about systems, but I would say 50 to 70% of it came from inside my brain or between my 2 ears. And as I grew my confidence, I was able to charge more, find clients who valued my input and who were committed to get better results.
Yep. What are some recent shifts that you've had? Because it really does take continuous growth, doesn't it, to build your confidence?
Well, one of the things that's happened actually very recently, like literally this week, is also just working more with your team, Simon. You've got an incredible team at the moment. And what I love about your team at the moment is there's so many awesome female role models. And so when I first started working with you, I think I needed a more masculine mentor. But I love now how your team is so diverse and you've got, some female role models in that team, and then continuing to work on this theme of, self-worth and feeling good enough, and that we don't necessarily have to always have clients with the best outcomes and the most successful business, and we don't necessarily have to have everything all the time to be enough. But even if we're just doing one thing, just serving our clients, showing up, we can be good enough.
Nice. So yeah, you took packages from $99 per month, and that was 1-to-1 to up to 4,997 for a group program. Let's talk about that.
So I think those numbers just literally reflect what was going on between my ears. My confidence was low. I was charging £99 a month to work 1-to-1 with clients. And then over time, as I continued to work on my business, as my confidence grew, the largest package I've sold to date is, $4,997 for a group program. It didn't happen overnight. It does happen for some people. I've definitely seen it. But for me, it did take time to work on my confidence, build up those prices, and just have that confidence and value within me to understand that I was worth more.
Yeah.
And what I could offer people was worth more.
Right. So let's talk about this.
So this is literally just, what I started charging. So when I first started my program, and this is something that we teach, is, starting off with some free people just to test the program, iron out the creases. So that started September 2014. In October, I started charging £99 for that group-based program. So that was leveraging my time. And then by November, I built up the confidence to charge 3 payments of $99 for a 12-week program. By December, I was then charging £500 for my group program, taking it up to $750 in April 2015. So that was approximately 6 months since I had started this business. And then by October, $997. And now our lowest minimum payment is $1997 for the coaching that I offer. And that's still active.
Nice. Good stuff. Good.
And that's just really a reflection of growth over time.
Yep. Good stuff. All right. Secret number 2. And this is about, creating a leverage business model. What do we mean by leverage? Leverage means making your business time effective and putting, people into a group environment, but also then, building a team. If you're working in your business just on your own, you don't really have a business. You grow a business and you then build a team, but you also have to do it in a way which is leveraged. And so a lot of people do the one-to-one model, and that's okay. It's, you need to do that. However, you can create a model which actually your service delivery time radically gets reduced. So why don't we start off, Anna, by talking a little bit also about, what you went doing time-wise to what you now, time you have on your hands.
Yeah, so I started, or previously I had been working one-to-one with clients. And as I already said, I was charging them very small amounts of money, putting in hours of time. And then they would go off on their own. They wouldn't have any support. Half of them might not have even followed through on the advice. And I would end up just repeating the same information to different people at different times, which became incredibly time consuming. And then you also start to feel resentful about how much you're getting paid for how many hours you're putting in. So the biggest breakthrough for me was this idea of a semi-private model. And so I designed a combination of one-to-one and group-based support for my clients, which meant that I would maybe see them one-on-one for the first appointment because I wanted to personalize their program specifically for them. But then afterwards, they could go into a group-based coaching environment where I would use group-based conference calls so that they could speak to me every week and get not only the support from me, but the support from their other peer members within the group, which meant that there was much more accountability, much more support, and they were obviously then getting better results because there was so much more contact and so much more motivation and inspiration coming through in this group-based model. Then in addition to this, we also created VIP training videos so that I didn't necessarily always have to repeat the same facts or same explanations. I could say, go and watch this video. It's on your member site. That will really help get you clear on those facts. Or refer to this cheat sheet that will help you find the supplements that you need, or whatever that specific client needed. That meant that, for a client, I might be putting in a large amount of time just for the first consultation, but then I'm keeping them on board for 3 months, 6 months to a year without having to put in too much more individualized time, which I'm sure you can imagine would free up a lot of the time in your week.
Nice. Love it. So yeah, having the time in your business is going to be able to enable you to spend time on marketing and, doing the things to grow the business. What have been some of the biggest breakthroughs that you've had? I know we had a conversation in Bath, but what have been some other maybe, big breakthroughs that you've had that have really given you more time? Because you do have a lot of it on your hands now.
Yeah, so when I first started this business, I never ever thought I would be hiring staff. That was like a big scary thing. And actually that was something Simon pushed me to do pretty early on. So he sort of, advised I sort of work out what I do need to be doing with my skills and what is just admin work that somebody else could be doing for me. So within 3 months of starting this business, I actually hired someone to do sales and admin for me. And then later on I extended that person's role to do sales. And then the next thing I knew, I was actually taking, people who had been through my program. And there was one specific lady who actually then did a nutrition qualification and came on board to help me with coaching. So that meant that then she was helping out with the initial one-to-one consultations, which meant that my time was mainly spent running the group calls, which were couple of times a week, and then just managing the business, which gives you a lot more flexibility to travel, which makes it much more easier if you're in different time zones. But it also, means that you can then step back and you can become more of a leader role within a bigger community that then is then able to reach more people.
Yeah, good stuff. So yeah, this is the framework that you have right now, correct?
Yes. So this is basically, before I started my group-based program, it would just be me one-on-one with the client, which, sometimes you think, oh, well, it's better to get a lot more personal time. But now my clients get me one-on-one. They get me in the group calls. They get me and all the group members in the Facebook community and on the calls as well. And then they have their videos, and then they have their cheat sheets. And not on here as well as also we do regular meetups in London. So when you think that, oh, you'll be giving less value if you're not putting in as much personal time, actually you're giving more value because there's so many more avenues for people to get support almost 24/7 around the clock.
Yeah. All right, good stuff. So secret number 3 is increasing client commitment and reducing drop-off. A business grows, you might want to write this down, a business grows or dies based on the systems that the business has that are either working or not working. And all the time you've got to make tweaks. You've always got to be looking at, how do I improve? How do I grow my business? And so client commitment and reducing things like drop-off are really, really important. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about this.
You're too good, Simon. You're going too fast. So this actually, the past 2 secrets, so knowing and charging your worth and then leveraging your business, are 2 actually really important things that feed into this increased client commitment. Because if you are charging higher prices, if somebody is paying £1,000 to work with you, they're going to take that a lot more seriously than if they've just paid you £100 for a consultation and they never have to see you again. But if you're selling outcomes as opposed to time, what you find is that you're in a working relationship with your clients so that they get the outcome that they've told you that they want. So what I found initially was that when I was working one-on-one with clients, maybe the really committed people will come back, but that might be 20%. But since starting this leveraged group-based model, I was charging more money, the clients were more invested. That investment, although it was helping me financially, was also helping them to become more committed. And then we focus on achieving a goal, achieving a specific outcome, and selling the client into the goal as opposed to just selling them for time.
Yep. And this makes a huge shift mentally for the client too, because, a lot of the transformation begins in that moment of investment. It's not just the coaching that happens post-investment. It's that conversation that you have where there's a breakthrough. Anna's call with me, for example, the tears, it's that oh shit moment that you commit. And it's in that commitment that a lot of things happen. Where is this picture taken down the bottom, Anna?
That's the first retreat I ran in Tuscany, and that was last year. So 2016, took 10 of my clients with me to Tuscany for a week. It was beautiful, but again, that's something that I never would have been able to achieve if I didn't have that clients who are willing to invest and clients who are then committed as a result.
How many of those clients came through that had initially come through the online program that you put together?
All of them.
Yeah. So this business model, guys, will facilitate you then having the time off, not just for yourself, but connecting with the clients who have invested in you online. What's it like, Anna? I'm really interested to know, what's it like working with clients online and then finally meeting them in person?
It's amazing. I think obviously online is great, and now with increase in technology, and you can use Zoom and you can do video conference calls and things like that, we can be really connected in a virtual way. but there is something which is so powerful about like giving someone a hug when they maybe do need a bit more emotional support, or looking them in the eye and shaking their hand. And I've experienced that with my clients, but Simon, I would also say I've experienced that just on the mastermind events with you. I know you said already we've just come back from San Diego, and I just feel so much more connected to the team and to my peers just from being there, which I feel is going to make me better in my business.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It's an amazing feeling to be able to connect with your clients at that deeper level. And, as much as, working on your laptop from all of these different locations is fine. You also, we want to help people. We want to connect. And so, doing it in amazing places and being able to facilitate a retreat from an online program is a great hybrid. So some of you may be interested in that too. Let's go on to secret number 4, which is fear of selling on the phone. I know that so many people who are going to be watching this training have fears of selling in general. Maybe, associations around money, or being salesy, or taking money from people. So, Anna, where were you before in terms of your mindset around selling, your beliefs? And let's talk about the transition.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess people listening now to the webinar, they're like, yeah, cool, I can charge more, I can do a leveraged group-based model, I can get committed clients. But then you talk about phone sales and they go, oh my God, I'm just not going to be able to do this. And that would have probably been me. So I had had zero experience in phone sales, if we're being completely honest. I'd never taken a payment over the phone. And I think I had negative and limiting beliefs about sales. So I believed that making a sale was, pushing someone to doing something they didn't want to do, or taking money off of someone. When actually, if you have the right strategy and you have the right approach and you have the right belief system, all that phone sales is having an open, honest conversation with someone to work out if what you have to offer them is the thing that they need to move forward in their lives. And then all of the, the financial investment is just getting commitment from the client and making sure that the energy balance between both parties is right. And I can honestly say that didn't flip for me overnight. It's, it took a lot of practice, and it's probably still something I could improve on anyway. But now in my business, selling over the phone is standard practice. And my attitude to sales is very different. And I can seamlessly take payments over the phone and secure sales in that way and get commitment from my clients.
And you get to talk to people and actually find out what their challenges are and have a deeper, meaningful conversation, which is really key in finding out who's a fit.
Yeah, I learned so much just from my sales calls because I'm understanding what the market really needs.
Right. And that helps you with content too, which helps you to generate more business. So there's huge benefits to doing this, guys. When you do it properly and you have the right process to doing this over the phone, then it will change everything for you. And actually, it's very fulfilling when you get these conversations and you're creating these breakthroughs for people and actually connecting with them at a much deeper level. Because people just are craving a conversation, which is, someone who's caring about them. What have been some, without, saying names, what have been some conversations that you've had where you've just been, maybe you've just like connected with someone, or, you must, have spoken to so many people now, but is there anything that pops out in your head?
I just think as well, it's like sometimes people need you to call them on their stories or their lies that they're.
You want to say bullshit,
themselves.
Anna?
Yeah, I didn't know if I could swear. So on their bullshit. But yeah, and sometimes, people respond really well to just you giving a little bit of tough love is what I would say. And, I have had conversations where I've just had to say to someone, look, hang on, I don't think you're ready, or, it just doesn't sound like you're ready with this. And it's amazing just when you are just honest from a a good place with a positive intent, how well people respond to that and how well they appreciate that. So sometimes just saying what needs to be said is incredibly powerful.
Yep. All right, secret number 5, which is boosting your self-belief. So let's have a look at the transition here?
Yeah, so I mean, we've touched on this already because, when I spoke about having, not feeling good enough and that low confidence to charge my worth. But, I would say that I'm a naturally hard worker and I've done a lot of qualifications and I feel like I know a lot of stuff that can help people. Before I knew about that business mentoring was even a thing, I even remember saying once to a friend of mine, I just wish someone could just there was a formula that you could just follow and then I would just do it because I know I've got the work ethic to apply myself. But what I was doing was that I was just spending more and more time and money improving my nutrition skills and not necessarily putting as much time and effort into honing skills like understanding about business and understanding sales and understanding marketing techniques. And so this is where the sort of, baptism of fire came when I started working with Simon, is because he gave me those systems. He gave me those systems that I had said that if somebody just gives me the systems, I'll follow them. And then I realized, well, yes, I will follow them, but it's also the mindset that needs work. But also, I needed to have some systems. I needed to work on that marketing. I needed to work on my sales knowledge. I needed to work on all those business skills, but I also needed a win. And I think, when you make your first online sale, even when it's like £99, like I first started charging, you go, oh my gosh, it works and I can do this. And then you just, you reaffirm it with repeated action. And then that helps to create a positive spiral of self-belief.
Yep. And, the proof is in the numbers. Let's talk about this. I think you guys will be fascinated by this.
Yeah, so this is just, Simon always tells us you must know your numbers, and that's probably, if something you're going to need to do as you grow your business is keep an eye on what's working and where things are breaking down. So this was a summary of just some of my numbers. I can't remember the exact, this would have, I think, been June 2016 through October to 2015. And really what it is just showing, my Facebook ads, how many people saw the ad, how many conversions we got, what the percentage was, the people who booked in to have a sales call, or just a breakthrough call is what we call them, how many people turned up, and then, the sales that were generated there. I mean, as you can see, obviously, every month isn't super duper consistent, but, I was, I think the best month is about 23,000, which is pretty decent going when you're only a year in business.
Excuse me.
Simon's had a cold.
Just so you know, guys, we want to talk authentically about numbers. These are in pounds, and that's why the presentation name was in dollars. So we did a conversion from pounds to dollars.
Yeah. So
just if you're wondering on that. All right. Secret number 6, marketing without a big budget. One of the big things is, you need to obviously, grow your income to be able to reinvest. But sometimes when you're starting out, you need to do it on a bit of a budget. So the thing I love about Anna is that in her first 6 months of working with me, she didn't even run a Facebook ad. And let's talk about that and, where your mindset was when you came in the program, and also, what you did to be able to catapult yourself.
So just also Simon said about being completely authentic, is I had a business page with a fairly decent following because I had been, it was back in the day where people used to pay to get likes on their page or pay to advertise likes on their page. And I had been doing that. So I had a fairly decent following on my business page. So my marketing strategy was just organic posts, posting to my personal page, which is something I'd never done before. Mainly just relying on, those types of organic posts. But one of the things that Simon made me do when I very first started working with him was do a video post showing my vulnerability. And before I had started with Simon, I actually had no idea about marketing. I had no idea how to market. I would just be on Facebook going, drink more water, don't eat carbs after 6 p.m. or whatever people say about nutrition, just sort of giving kind of mundane, boring advice. And then Simon made me do this video, which was all about being vulnerable and sharing my story and really showing who I was. And it was just incredible, the response that I got from that. And I sort of used that sort of strategy that I started to learn from Simon in an organic way, just doing video, doing blogs, using email, just starting to tap more into the emotions of my target audience, and help sort of learning to market through feelings instead of just giving people facts, because there's more facts. People know the facts. The problem is that they're not doing it. So, just sort of in the first 6 months, I just sort of embraced that law of attraction, just, allowed myself to be vulnerable so that I would attract the right people towards me. And I think, the first big month I did was about 6 months after I created the program, where I brought in 20K in new contracts. And that was done all without any marketing and any sort of Facebook ad spend budget.
Yeah. What have been some of the videos and the emails and content that you've shared that have been, resonate with people the most, do you think?
I think the things that resonate the most are the things that speak from your heart. And when you share your struggles with others, so I just talked about some of the problems, the health issues that I'd had and how that affected me mentally, physically, and emotionally. Every time I know that I'm writing from a place that comes from my heart and not my head, I always get a really, really positive response, even if it's just someone writing back and saying, thank you for sharing. Because the thing I guess you've got to remember as well is that people might not buy immediately, but the more you share with them, the more they feel like they know you, they trust you, they like you. When the time comes and they're ready to invest, you'll be the first person on their list.
Yeah, and that's where consistency comes in. You got to be consistent with your marketing activity, and it's those who are inconsistent that have an inconsistent outcome. Let's talk about this. This is again some nicely staged shots. Anna, we can see bottom left here.
So this is just sorry, go for it.
I was just going to say, this is your Aweber email list, correct?
Yeah, so that's the list I built up. This was sort of taken, recently. So the list I built up over the 2.5 years. Just to say as well that in December, this past Christmas, I managed to make $5,000 in sales just marketing to my list on a lower end product I designed. So I know today we're talking mainly about this leveraged group-based program, but once you've built a following and you've sort of got your basic systems down, there's nothing to stop you spinning off and having other products so that you can serve more people on different levels. And then there's just a few other things here, just Facebook screen grab from my Facebook page with a blog that I wrote on gluten, which actually got a really good response. Just all my videos that I've done on Facebook and my Instagram account as well. And so these are the main things that I use to market: blogs, Facebook, Instagram, and my email list.
And so guys, the interesting thing to note here is that Anna's has a relatively small list size, but is generating a high income from it. Okay, so if you look at the numbers on the Instagram and the YouTube videos and all of this is something really important to know, because I know a lot of people who have hundreds of thousands of followers, but make pretty much nothing. So it's not about the size of your list, because that if that list was 100,000 people, but you were generating little, it would be useless. So it's about the quality and the connection of the people on your email list that's really key. Are people engaged with it? Are people taking the next step to invest? Or just is it about a stimulant of having 50,000 followers, and not actually generating anything from that? And that comes down to Anna's dedication and quality of what she does. So it's really important to know that once you have the right business model in place, you can have a relatively small following and generate big profits and have an amazing lifestyle. And so many people seek, I need more, I need more, I need more, but they don't yield the return. Anna, you see that a lot too, right?
In what way? Sorry.
You see a lot of people that have these big followings, but then they're not making anything.
Well, they don't know how to capitalize on it. That's from experience what I've seen.
Yeah. All right. Secret number 7, which is accountability, guidance, and calling bullshit.
Yeah, so this is really just relating to having Simon as a mentor. So before, but this applies to clients as well. So before I started working with Simon, I just had no real support system. I had no accountability, or sort of guidance. And, before obviously that day when I filled out that form to speak with him, there was a lot of, fear and panic. And I sort of realized that I couldn't do it on my own. And I needed someone specific who could help me, and also had a lot of perfectionist type behavior. So I guess there's a lot of people do this, is they're waiting for things to be perfect, or they might be waiting for the right time to take action, or they might be waiting for their program to be perfect before they put it out to the world, or they're waiting until they've done this qualification before they're ready to start. And there is no right time. Sometimes you just have to, dive in and take action. So, since I, got on board and started working with Simon, obviously, he's given me a huge amount of systems, and then some of those systems, I've created on my own just through self-experimentation. But I guess the most important thing to understand about anything is it's not going to be perfect first time round. So there are going to be ups and there are going to be downs in business. That's always the case. And just because something doesn't work for you first time round, it doesn't mean you need to, shut up shop and give it up. It just means that you need like almost a second pair of eyes sometimes to just have a look, rework things, and also challenge you when perhaps you're, making up stories because there's some underlying fears there. And I remember the first call I had with Simon, I got off the call in tears, and I was just like, oh my gosh, what have I done? Is this the right thing? But it was really important for me that I had that emotional reaction, because it was that emotional reaction which forced me to take more action, and to also just work on my mindset, because I was going to have to cope with the stress of building this business.
Yeah, very, very key. And, every athlete, has someone guiding them. Everyone has someone that's pushing them to the next level. And we actually go back to the Navy SEALs experience and being the elite, which is you can only do so much on your own. But if you have people guiding you that literally, dragging your ass through the difficult times, that's where you're going to get exponential growth. That's where you're going to stretch to a level which you never thought that you had. Because Anna, honestly, when you came to me, did you think that you could do 10K a month? What did you really believe that you could do?
I mean, I thought I'd be happy if I could do 4. And even 2 would have been great. So, what I've managed to achieve has completely exceeded my expectations. I didn't think I'd be traveling all over the world. I didn't think I'd be running retreats that sell out in 10 days. I didn't think I'd be doing any of that stuff.
Let's talk more about that. Where have you traveled to, and what have been some of your best experiences? And why do you love to travel so much? What's the drive for you, and what have been some of the things that you've now done because the business has given you that option? We talk about the house. I want to really have the guys understand what you can really do and how life-changing it's been for you.
Yeah, I mean, I think the attraction to travel is, for me, I'm not like a fancy car, fancy watch, fancy this, that, and the other, designer shoes, handbag type of girl. I'm much more an experiences type of girl. So I guess for me, that's just where I like to spend my money, is just to have experiences, whether that is experiences where I travel and I go to a conference, or experiences where I travel and go to a mastermind, or just experiences where I take a holiday, because I think, those are all opportunities for you to grow every single time you do that. I've actually been to so many different places, and I think I've been to Bali. It will be 4 times this August when I go to my retreat. We've been to Japan for the mastermind. I've been over to visit you in San Diego now 3 times. I've made multiple trips to South Africa because that's where I'm from, and obviously, just the fact that I had the financial income to go to my friends' weddings in South Africa, was amazing. And then, various trips around Europe, Italy. I'm trying to remember them all now. Turkey and Prague for my friend's birthday. So just, when you do work behind a laptop, a lot of the time, it is also just good to get out and see different things and have different experiences.
Yeah. And that also helps you build your business too, because your clients see that you're traveling and you get to do awesome pictures from all around the world.
Yeah, exactly.
What about some other things? What have been some big milestones for you that you've now reached? Some things that you've done. You taught you maybe the house, some other things where it's like, wow, the business has helped me get here,
I think the biggest things is actually buying a house. When I first spoke with you, one of my goals was to buy a house. And I must admit, I sort of thought it would take me a little bit less than what it did. It ended up taking 2.5 years for us to buy a house. But that was because I was reinvesting so much more in my personal development and into the business, which if I had started to scrimp and save in that regard, I don't think I would actually have been able to build my business and myself to where I am now. But December, so about 4 or 5 months ago, we just bought our first home together, and that wouldn't, and we were able to invest at a higher level than what I thought we were going to be able to. So it was worth the wait.
Yeah. So really, guys, write down, maybe some of your excuses, because we've talked about that today already, but also like, what do you want to commit to? Write down, 3 or 4 things that you want your business to give you. Your business is there to facilitate a lifestyle. Okay. So your business is there to generate revenue so that you can impact more people, but also to give back to you. What do you want? What do you want to commit to? Because just remember, most people have dreams, but once you turn those dreams into a decision, you just need to make a decision on what you want, when you want it, and then go claim it. Find, the solution, find the help, and then you will start to reach for your dreams. So many people I know, they just make enough money to get by and then complain about their life circumstances, when truth be told, they have the skill set, they have the passion, they have the drive to do so much more. So really important that you write those things down. So now you have a choice. You can take the information you learned and, go and do some things with it. But for those who want to get to the next level quicker and want to fast track the success to save time, money, and stress, those people seek help. And so myself and my team have put an open spaces in the next 48 hours to speak to you about your specific situation to help you create a breakthrough. Okay, so we will help you get clear about where you are now, where you want to be, and the direction your business can go in to maximize its success. Anna, what would you say to someone who's kind of like watched this training and they're excited, they're wanting to take their nutrition skills or their health skills or their fitness skills to the next level online, and wanting to do retreats and do what you've done? What would your suggestion be for them?
Well, I think, just being completely honest, you might be able to do it on your own, but you'll be able to do it so much faster with help and guidance and the systems that somebody else can teach you. Just like with your nutrition clients, that they need you to help support and guide them. So you need your person who can do and be the same for you. And it's all very well having the information available to you, but the most important thing is having, taking action and creating implementation, which, some people are very good at holding themselves accountable. Most people aren't. So the benefit of having somebody there to help and guide you or to show you the way is just invaluable.
Yeah, so just head to fitpreneurs.com, fitpreneurs.com/apply, and do that now. There's only a limited amount of spaces, so we only have so much time. But myself or my team will jump on a call with you and help you get clarity around your specific situation. How much are you making now? How much do you want to earn? What are your specific goals? What are your challenges? What are your stories? What are the things that are going to hold you back? And I'll be honest, this core is going to be raw. It's going to be very open. It's going to challenge and stretch you, but you have to seek that. Okay. It's really, really important to be open on this call. Also, please only apply if you're going to show up to that call. We do have a lot of people, and we are going to have a lot of people that reach out to us, and we work with the elite and those that want to be at an elite level. And so this is about helping us create a breakthrough for you. And if there's an opportunity for us to do some stuff together, we'll be very honest and let you know. And if it's not a fit, we'll give you a direction to go in that does support you. So if you feel like that's you and you're being called to, then head to fitpreneurs.com/apply. And those spaces are going to be open in the next 48 hours. Anna, just wrapping up finally, any little pieces of advice or things that you want to share before we head off and finish this training?
just to say that if you do feel like you could use some help, if you feel like, you know, there's something else waiting for you in life and you don't just want to stay where you are, then I would definitely apply for one of these calls, because it was life-changing for me. And it literally was that life-changing, and that's not a load of bullshit. But then as well as, you know, I would, you know, what Simon said is show up. If like there's a lot of fear when I filled out my form to have a call, you know, I almost didn't send it. I almost just ignored the emails to schedule the call. Follow through, because that's the only way things are going to change, is if you follow through and take action.
Yeah, a transformation begins from taking a step, and that window of opportunity opens, and we can either step through and create the breakthrough, or we can just go around it up until it gets more painful. So we want to see you and on the beaches and having fun and ultimately helping more people, which is what it's about. This is about creating change in others and charging what you're worth, and giving yourself and your family the lifestyle that you want. Maybe you've got kids, maybe you're, you know, just about to get married, maybe you're in a position in your life where you wanted to give back. You know, one of the most fulfilling things for me was being able to fly my dad to Monaco. He loves the Grand Prix. Or fly my family over to, you know, to Disneyland when they weren't able to do it for themselves, and put them on flights and get them over here. So you can do some amazing things when your business is at a certain level that, you know, even when people have the money themselves, I know that parents are like this, you know, sometimes parents, even if they had the money, they wouldn't do it for themselves, but you know that they need it. And that's one of the most fulfilling things for me, is to be able to give back to those that even in the situation where they could do it, they wouldn't do it for themselves. So guys, thank you so much for showing up to the training today, and have a fantastic time over the next few days, whatever you're up to. And we'll see you very soon in another training. Take it easy.